Welcome to Psyched. My name is Stephen Bennett and it's my job to get you psyched about psych. So in today's video we're going to be talking about something that is pretty big across the field of video games and mental health and psychology, and that is, do video games make you violent? So, do video games make you violent? Well, sort of, but there's a lot more to it. And in this video, I'm going to be going through kind of more of an opinion base, because when I was doing the research into this, I found there's a lot of contradictory information and a lot of one side or the other, and very little gray area. So I'm just going to kind of take what I read from both sides, put it together with what makes sense overall, and just kind of share that with you guys today. So do video games make you violent? Well, yes, sort of. But it's very convoluted. There's a lot of science on each side, a lot of studies saying one side or the other, that yes, it makes you violent, no, it doesn't make you violent, and everything else. There's very little gray area, I found. So I'm going to kind of take from both sides, put it together. It's going to be more of an opinion-based kind of discussion for this video, just based on what I found and how I perceived it and how I kind of connected the dots between the two sides and what I think is most realistically the answer at this point from my perspective. So video games do, in my opinion, make you violent the same way that a video would make you violent, or a movie would make you violent, or a book would make you violent, based on the content of the medium. There has to be something else there, in my opinion. So the video game or the book or the movie or whatever it is will not outright make you violent. So watching a violent thing happen on TV or in a video game will not drive you and break you to become a violent person. Usually there has to be something there first, such as anger or resentment or something like that. And then you play the video game or watch the movie and you kind of get pumped up like, oh, I'm so angry, I want to do that to someone or something. And that kind of brings out that anger inside of you, which makes you violent or makes you aggressive. So yes, in that way, video games make you violent because they can bring something out, but it has to be there in the beginning. So it's not the video game making you violent. The video game is just bringing out what's already inside. Now that's not to say that if you get angry from playing a video game, or you just died and you're pissed off and you swear, it doesn't mean you're violent, or it doesn't mean you're aggressive. This is more when you want to actually go out, or you actually do go out and you start fighting people because you think it's the thing you want to do because of the video game. That is more of what I'm talking about now, the serious aggressions, the serious violence. Because I myself, I don't find myself an aggressive or a violent person. I'm actually pretty chill. But, I'm playing Overwatch and I die, 6 times to the same person, or Genji's jumping over me or whatever. And it makes me angry and I go, oh, fuck, oh, I just hate that. And that's fine. That's natural. You get frustrated. The thing is it lasts a short period of time. I get frustrated, I swear, I get angry, and then 5 seconds later, I'm fine. The flip side, though, is if you're an angry person, if you have anger inside of you, video games might bring that out and prolong it. So you get angry from whatever happened, you die, or someone's camping and he keeps killing you. So you get angry, but then for the rest of the day, you're super angry, and whenever someone tries to talk to you or when something happens, you might lash out a little bit more. Or you might actually seek out opportunities to become aggressive because you have this anger and this rage inside of you that you just need to kind of excrete and let loose. It is really important to note, though, that little kids or susceptible children are actually more likely to engage in violence due to video games without having that initial anger or rage inside of them, because they don't understand the rules of society and the rules of kind of nature the way that more adults or teenagers do. So they don't necessarily understand that if I punch you, it's going to hurt you. Or if I shoot you with a gun or stab you with a knife, you're probably going to, potentially die forever. A lot of people, or a lot of younger kids, don't understand that concept of forever, unless they have an experience where maybe a relative dies or something like that. But typically, that's not the case. Typically, it's been found that children kind of have a little bit more, and it's the imagination piece, right? They don't really live in the real world the way that adults do. They live in much more of an imaginary kind of everything's going to be all right kind of world for the most part. I know that's not the case for every child, and sometimes things are, situations are rough, but for the most part, or for the most part in Canada at least, kids, younger susceptible kids, don't necessarily understand those connections, and so seeing their favorite character do it, or in Grand Theft Auto, kind of makes them go, oh, that looks so cool, my favorite character does it, maybe I should do it too, and then I'll be cool. So they're much more susceptible to the effects of video games without having any more factors. Whereas the adults or the teenagers understand those rules typically, they understand the consequences of their actions, and so they're able to separate the two sides from reality and video games, unless, and again, this is just my opinion, just general discussion, but unless they have that rage or that anger or that, something's already there, and the video game just brings it out. Now this was just kind of an opinion discussion-based video, so I highly suggest that you leave a comment below about what you think or what you perceive this kind of concept to be, or if you have some resource or some articles or some research that really resonated with you and you want to share it in the comments below. I'd love to read some more things. I did research this topic with some credible resources. But again, there's always so much information out there that no one person can get it all. So I would appreciate any kind of resources you have. I love learning, and I'd love to see what you have to think. And if you're sitting here going, this guy's an idiot, I read an article and everything you just said was wrong, share the article. I'm fine with that. I love critiques. And I could be wrong, and my perception changes all the time. This is based on the information I had at my disposal. This is the opinion I've created. But that can change at any point. So definitely leave your side down below and connect, make a discussion here. Thank you for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. If you have any comments, concerns, or questions, or even recommendations, throw them in the comments below. And please subscribe so you can keep up to date on all our videos. I try to release every Tuesday. That hasn't happened for a few weeks. It's kind of been hard. So I think I'm going to do more of these discussion, general opinion-based videos, because the alternative of really diving into the research hardcore and making a video kind of takes a fair bit of time, and it's hard to do with my other life activities and work. So I'm going to kind of mix it up and have kind of both things happening on this channel, and I'd love for you to get involved in the discussions, as I said before. So again, like, subscribe, keep checking them out, and I hope you got psyched about psych.